5 remote jobs that pay $60,000 plus and don't require a degree. You've been told your entire life that if you don't have a college degree, you're stuck. Stuck in low-paying jobs. Stuck with no options. Stuck working twice as hard for half the money. Now let me tell you what they don't tell you. Some of the highest-paying remote jobs out there don't require a degree at all. No student debt. No 4 years of your life spent in lectures. Just skills, hustle, and the ability to prove you can do the work. Today, I'm breaking down 5 remote jobs that pay over $60,000 a year, some way more than that you can start working toward right now, even if you never set foot in a college classroom. Let's get into it. First up, software development. Now, before you roll your eyes and say, "I'm not a tech person," hear me out. You don't need a computer science degree to become a developer. In fact, some of the best developers I know are completely self-taught or went through coding boot camps that cost a fraction of what college does. What you'd be doing: building websites, apps, or software, writing code, solving problems. What it pays: entry-level remote developers can make anywhere from $60,000 to $80,000 a year. With just a few years of experience, you're looking at 6 figures easy. How to get started: learn a programming language like JavaScript, Python, or Ruby. Free resources: Free Code Camp, Codecademy, the Odin Project. Build a portfolio of projects, even fake ones count. Apply for junior developer roles or freelance gigs. Companies only care about one thing. They want to know if you can code. If you can prove it with a portfolio and pass a technical interview, nobody's asking to see your diploma. Next, digital marketing. Every single business on the planet needs customers. And in 2026, that means they need someone who understands how to market online. Social media, Google Ads, email campaigns, SEO, content strategy. And best of all, most of this stuff you can learn by doing. No degree required. What you'd be doing: running ad campaigns, managing social media, optimizing websites for search engines, analyzing data to figure out what's working. What it pays: $50,000 to $70,000 starting out. If you specialize, like becoming a Facebook ads expert or an SEO guru, you can easily hit $80,000 to $100,000 plus. How to get started: take free or cheap courses: Google Digital Garage, HubSpot Academy, Meta Blueprint. Start a blog, Instagram account, or YouTube channel and market it yourself. Yes, even with 0 followers, it's about learning the process. Offer to run campaigns for small businesses or nonprofits for cheap or free to build your portfolio. Apply for remote digital marketing roles or work as a freelancer. Businesses don't care if you have a marketing degree. They care if you can get them results. Number 3, UX/UI design. If you've ever used an app or website and thought, "Wow, this is easy to use," that's because a UX designer made it that way. And if it looked good while being easy, that's the UI designer. What you'd be doing: designing how apps and websites look and function. Making sure the user experience is smooth, intuitive, and visually appealing. What it pays: $60,000 to $90,000 for entry-level remote positions. For senior designers, $100,000 plus. How to get started: learn design tools like Figma, Adobe XD, or Sketch. Take courses on platforms like Coursera, Udemy, or Google's UX Design Certificate program. Build a portfolio with 3 to 5 design projects. Redesign an existing app. Create mock-ups for a fake business, etc. Network on LinkedIn, Twitter, or design communities. Again, portfolio over degree. If you can show you understand design principles and can create clean, functional designs, you're in. All right, number 4, remote sales. I know sales gets a bad rap. People think it's sleazy or pushy. But the reality is, if you're good at talking to people, solving problems, and closing deals, remote sales jobs pay incredibly well and almost never require a degree. What you'd be doing: reaching out to potential clients, building relationships, pitching products or services, closing deals. What it pays: Base salary is usually $50,000 to $70,000, quite often with commission. You can easily clear $80,000 to $120,000 plus a year. Top performers make even more. How to get started? Look for SDR or account executive roles at tech companies. SaaS companies hire remote salespeople constantly. Highlight any experience where you persuaded, negotiated, or built relationships. Even retail or customer service counts. Be ready to hustle. Sales is performance-based, so the better you are, the more you make. If you can sell, you can work from anywhere, and companies will pay you well for it. And finally, number 5, project management or operations roles. Every company, especially remote companies, needs someone who can keep things organized, manage timelines, coordinate teams, and make sure projects actually get done. You don't need a degree for this. You just need to be good at organizing chaos. What you'd be doing: managing projects from start to finish, coordinating between teams, keeping everyone on track, solving problems as they come up. What it pays: $60,000 to $85,000 for remote project managers. With experience or certifications like a PMP, you can hit $100,000 plus. How to get started? Learn project management tools like Asana, Trello, Monday.com, or Jira. Get a free or low-cost certification: Google Project Management Certificate, Scrum Master Certification. Highlight any experience managing teams, events, or complex tasks, even if it wasn't a project manager title. Apply for coordinator or junior PM roles at remote-first companies. If you're organized, detail-oriented, and good at keeping people accountable, this job is perfect for you. All right, so now you know 5 remote jobs that pay well and don't require a degree. Here's how you actually land one. 1. Build a portfolio or proof of work. Degrees prove you sat in a classroom. Portfolios prove you can actually do the job. Always choose proof over credentials. 2. Network like crazy. LinkedIn, Twitter, online communities, Slack groups. Get yourself in front of people who are hiring. A lot of remote jobs are filled through referrals, not job boards. 3. Tailor your resume and applications. Don't send the same generic resume to 100 companies. Customize it for each role. Show them you understand what they need and how you can solve their problems. 4. Be willing to start as a freelancer or contractor. Sometimes the easiest way into a remote role is by freelancing first, proving your value, and then getting hired full-time. Or just staying freelance and stacking clients. 5. Don't let the words required degree scare you off. A lot of job postings say degree required, but it's often a suggestion, not a hard rule. If you have the skills and can prove it, apply anyway. The worst they can say is no. But maybe it'll turn out as a best-case scenario and you'll get the job. So there you have it. 5 remote jobs that pay over $60,000 a year and don't require a college degree. Software developer, digital marketer, UX, UI designer, sales rep, project manager. Pick one. Learn the skills. Build proof that you can do it. And apply relentlessly. The world is changing. Companies care less about where you went to school and more about what you can actually do. And if you're willing to put in the work to learn these skills, you can build a career that pays well, gives you freedom, and lets you work from anywhere. No degree, no debt, no permission needed. If this was helpful, hit that subscribe button. Because we're just getting started with how to escape the system and build life on your terms. See you in the next one.